Greetings. My name is Abdullah, and I am your teacher for Advanced English from New York City. It is my duty to help advanced speakers of English move to the next level, the level of native. I want to welcome new subscribers who have written their names in the comments. Today's article is an interesting one. It is about a boy who injected himself with mercury in order to become what? Boy 15 deliberately injects himself with mercury to become Marvel superhero. And this comes to us from mirror.co.uk. The word deliberately in our headline is an interesting word. Deliberately means intentionally or on purpose. For example, he thought it would be funny to deliberately step on the cat's tail. So the cat called his older brother. So again, deliberately means you have full awareness of what you are doing. After being inspired by the Marvel character Mercury from the X-Men franchise, the teen took the substance from a thermometer after earlier encouraging spiders to bite him. And here we see a photo of the injection location, the injection site. The teen used the substance from a thermometer and injected himself 3 times. And this article is written by Sam Elliott Gibbs, reporter. So the teen took the substance from a thermometer. What is the meaning of substance? Substance has many meanings. Here it means a material. For example, scientists have discovered in a mining colony on a distant planet a new substance that, when eaten, will turn you into a baby. So again, substance simply means in this sentence a material. A teenage boy deliberately injected mercury into his body because he wanted to become a real-life Marvel superhero. The 15-year-old also encouraged spiders to bite him so he could be like action icon Spider-Man, a report has found. We just read that the boy encouraged spiders to bite him. Encourage means to talk or behave in a way that gives someone confidence to do something. For example, to improve your English, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. His case was written up by the National Center for Biotechnology Information. The report states that the unnamed child was thankfully not poisoned after attempting to give himself superpowers. So the boy attempted to give himself superpowers. The word attempt means to try to do something, especially something difficult for a long time. For example, Salah al-Usayri attempted to build his own robotics empire, and he succeeded. So again, attempt means to try, usually something difficult, and you try for a long time. Medics say he used the substance from a thermometer, injecting it into his arm 3 times. The boy was said to be inspired by the Marvel character Mercury from the X-Men comics franchise and X-Men Wolverine. The word medic is a good word to add to your English vocabulary. A medic is someone who does medical work. For example, the medics rushed forward to help the injured after the explosion in the cotton candy factory. So again, a medic is someone who does medical work. Maybe you are a doctor, maybe you are a nurse, maybe you are a lab technician. And here we have an x-ray of the boy's arm. If you look closely, you will notice the areas in the muscle that have the silver colored material or the silver colored substance, and that is where he injected the mercury. The x-ray shows dangerous subcutaneous radiopaque deposits. The report read, we report a case of a 15-year-old child inspired by a movie who deliberately self-injected mercury subcutaneously into his forearm that led to the formation of a non-healing ulcer. Histopathology of the biopsy confirmed the diagnosis. Interestingly, he had a past history of multiple bites by spiders to simulate Spider Man. So the article reads that the boy was injecting the mercury under his skin in his forearm. The forearm is the lower part of the arm between your wrist and your elbow. An example sentence: he was a truck mechanic for 20 years, which allowed him to develop massive forearms. So again, your forearm is the area of your body between your wrist and your elbow. A surgical procedure was thereby performed to treat the ulcer and reduce the blood and urinary levels of mercury. However, the patient did not develop clinical signs of chronic poisoning, proving that subcutaneous mercury injection has a low risk of systemic toxicity and that histopathology plays an important role in diagnosis. It went on. Intentional subcutaneous injection of mercury by mentally healthy children is rare. So they performed a procedure to reduce. What does reduce mean? Reduce means to make something smaller in size or in amount or in number. For example, the dragon knew that if she wanted to fly over the clouds with her family, she would have to reduce midnight snacking on villagers. So again, reduce means to decrease the amount of something or the size of something. And here we see a photograph of within the boy's cells. I believe that the black dots that we see on the top right and the bottom left are the deposits of the mercury. As we read, mercury was found in his cells, but thankfully medics gave the boy the all clear. Usually it is seen as a part of suicidal attempt in severely depressed patients or by athletes to enhance their performance. I think that's interesting. In this day and age, people are injecting themselves with mercury still to enhance their performance. The authors of the report say the teenager was monitored for signs of mercury poisoning, but showed no signs of ill health. Enhance is higher English vocabulary. It means to improve the quality, amount, or strength of something. For example, enhancing her country's racing team was always a dream of hers. So she developed a new chip to enhance their suits. So again, enhance means to increase or improve the value or the quality of something. Surprisingly, He had no other psychiatric problems and had a normal IQ, it read. The patient did not develop clinical signs of chronic poisoning, proving that subcutaneous mercury injection has a low risk of systemic toxicity, and that histopathology plays an important role in diagnosis. Several studies regarding misuse of mercury leading to poisoning have been published in the past years. To the best of our knowledge, the present study, however, is few of those that discuss the histopathology of skin biopsy with subcutaneous injection of mercury. I am often asked, what is the meaning of the word several? Several is a word for a number that is not exact. It does not mean many. For example, when she stepped out of the back of her house, she saw several wolves. So several is a number, let's say between 3 and 9. It is not a specific number. Now it is your turn. Reread this article as I have read it to you. Likewise, practice the vocabulary when you speak with family and when you speak with friends. Inshallah, as always, I wish for myself and for yourself and for my family and your family the best in this life and the next. Fi aman ar-Rahman.